Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a video, but Spirit had me take a little break from YouTube for a little while. I had a lot of work to get done, but I am back and I am aiming to bring more videos this year. I did have to get rid of, I had to wait until the solar year of 2022 was over. And Spirit asked me to really wait till the solar year of 2023 came in to really start posting more on my YouTube channel. Solar year of 2022 was really rough for a lot of us, and that doesn't make spiritual healers immune to that. And it's really heavy, and the energy of the collective is very intense. This video, I'm going to be doing a pick a number, pick a card reading. Pick a number, pick a card reading from Marta La Dominadora. As I am a high priestess, mambo of the 21 divisions, I will be doing more messages from the Loa. The Loa that I'm working with today is Marta La Dominadora, the one with the snakes. She is the Loa of domination, but she also is a Loa of fertility, romance, a Loa of abundance. I want to say more like prosperity. She is also a Loa of healing. So, and also wisdom and magic. So she is known for being able to be a very powerful mentalist. Meaning that she's able to dominate the mind, and being a very powerful illusionist as well, where she is able to make you look at things from a different perspective altogether. So very powerful Loa. I would not recommend connecting with her unless she calls to you, in a dream, or unless you have spoken previously to a priest or priestess in the 21 divisions. Like I said, like I've said before, 21 divisions is a branch of voodoo, so you have to be careful with some of the Loa, because the Loa want you to connect with them with respect and love. But if you disrespect them, there's going to be consequences. So they come with all the love and light in the world, but they do have consequences for anyone who is disrespectful towards them. So Marta La Dominadora asked me to do a message from her for the collective. So today I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to have you choose from three crystals to pick the pile that you want, that you are most called to. You can watch me shuffle the cards, or you can choose to move ahead to your number. I will list the timestamps in the description of the video. Also, please beware of fake pages. I've been posting about it in the community page of my YouTube channel. I've been posting about it a lot on my Instagram. There are a lot of fake pages on Instagram and TikTok of me. I will never DM you to offer you a reading. I will never DM you to offer you any services. I will never ask you for money in your DMs. So please make sure you never give money to anyone. Anyone who does, even if they're using my pictures, even if it looks like a really realistic page, it's a fake page. It's not me. Please do not give them your attention. Simply block and remove and delete and report it to the proper social media outlet. I am having a little bit of seasonal allergy, so please excuse me if I'm clearing my throat or sniffling a little bit today. But I really needed to get these readings done, because the mysteries are like, we need you to do these readings. So I could not avoid it because of allergies today. Also, if you want to book any kind of service with me, spiritual working, spirit conjure with the Loa, or any readings, you can find the link in my description for that. Only the link in my descriptions are the links that are valid. No links that are in the comments are valid. I might pin my comment with my links in my comments, but that's it. Any other links, try not to follow that. You should only be following the links to highpriestessmay.com. Highpriestessmay.com will take you to everything that I offer. Highpriestessmay.com. and I'll put that in the description. Also, for those of you who don't know, I do have a magical academy. I will be expanding on my magical academy. So if you want to learn how to tap into your magical and spiritual gifts, learn how to safely start to develop them, if you want to learn how to read tarot, I offer those courses in my magical academy, and I'll put the link for that in the description as well. All right. Also, I will also list the decks that I use if they are available on Amazon, and if not, I will also list them in the description for those of you who want to know what decks I'm using. Okay. Alrighty, let's get started. So for this reading, we are going to be using the deck called Dragon Wisdom by Christine Arana Fader. I was called to use this deck because even though Marta La Dominadora has snakes, sometimes she gets confused for Saint Martha of Bethany, who is the dragon slayer. And for some reason, I was called to use the Dragon Oracle for her, for Marta La Dominadora. The Witch's Oracle, we're going to be using today by Marla Brooks. And we are also using the Crystal Oracle. I have to find the box for it, so I'll list it in the description today for any crystals that Marta La Dominadora would like you to work with. Okay. We're going to be using the Crystal Oracle as well. And then I will also be pulling a astrology card, so the Astrology Oracle today for each of you. And I will be obviously doing the tarot. So today we are using the regular Rider-Waite tarot, the original, illustrated by Pamela Coleman. I want to also give thanks to the spirit of Pamela Coleman, because her illustration, her creation made such a difference in my life and in the life of so many people. And I don't feel like we give her spirit enough credit for putting all of this secret knowledge into these 78 cards that allow us to get insight into our lives. So she was an African-American poet, writer, artist who had a really rough time during her life, and yet her work lives on through our work as psychics. So at this time, I just want to take a moment as I call in the energy of Marta La Dominadora. And this is obviously going to be using oracle cards and tarot cards, but I'm going to be channeling her message for you through the cards and through whatever she says to me through my clairaudience and clairvoyance. All right. So for pile number 1, your crystal is going to be amethyst, banded amethyst. Pile number 2, your crystal is going to be carnelian. It's like a reddish carnelian, but the light in here is a little hard. As a clairvoyant, I like to have my room a little more dim because it allows me to see my clairvoyant visions a little bit more strongly. So I apologize to those of you who are like, I wish your lighting was brighter. I do that intentionally because it helps my clairvoyance. It helps me see the visions, and it helps me see the spirits in the spiritual world more clearly. So the third one is going to be lapis lazuli. Can't really see the gold in this lapis lazuli, but this will be pile number 3. Okay, this is a cooler lapis lazuli. So this will be pile number 3, lapis lazuli. So we got pile number 1, banded amethyst. We have pile number 2, carnelian. Pile number 3, lapis lazuli. Whichever one you're most called to, pick with that. Remember, this is for spiritual and purposes only, so her message is going to be what might be in your highest good, but at the end of the day, you're the one who makes the decisions, and you're the one responsible for whatever decisions you decide to make. You do not have to feel like you have to take this advice. Take what resonates, leave what does not. All right, so let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. If you wanna stay with me through the shuffling process, you're welcome to. If not, you can move forward to number 1, number 2, or number 3. Number 1 being the banded amethyst, number 2 being the carnelian stone, and number 3 being the lapis lazuli. All right, go ahead. Marta La Dominadora, I ask you, with all the love and respect, what message do you have for pile number 1? Those who chose the amethyst stone. I'm going to shuffle for every pile first, and then I'll start the readings. Okay. Marta La Dominadora, what message do you have for pile number 1? What do they need to know at this time for their highest good? Love and well-being. What does pile number 1 need to work with? I will use the tarot for clarification. I'm going to use the oracle cards primarily for her message. Okay, pile number 1. Okay. All right, so we have the oracle cards for pile number 1. I'm going to put them to the side. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and shuffle for the pile number 2, which is carnelian. Marta La Dominadora, what message do you have for pile number 2? Those who chose carnelian. And you could be drawn to more than one at a time. More than one message as well. Okay, that one fell out. So that's for you, pile number 2. Pile number 2. This one already fell out for you, pile number 2. Oh, there we go. And there we go. And then this one. She has pile number 2, carnelian. Okay. Alright, so we have pile number 2's cards, and then we will clarify with the tarot. And choose pile number 3. Alright, Marta La Dominadora, what message do you have for pile number 3? Pile number 3. All right. Oh, okay. These. Okay. We got these. Let's put this aside. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, you got a few more cards there. Pile number 3. Alrighty. Whew. All right, so we got those. Now we're gonna go ahead and move that to the side while we talk about pile number one. All right, pile number one, let's go ahead and look at your cards. Pile number one, the amethyst. Pile number one, the amethyst. Okay. Pile one. Okay. All right, let's see. You got the water chalice. You got universe. You got Jupiter. You got Virgo. For this reading, I usually don't read in reverse, but for this reading, I am going to be reading in reverse because I was called to do so. You also got House 11 in reverse. You got the crystals ruby, onyx, golden sheen obsidian, and you got the Witch Oracle cards spider, upside down. You actually got it upside down. You also got the pentagram upside down. And you got besom right side up. Okay, so right away I'm already seeing that pile number one, you need to protect yourself. You're a very powerful person magically, and people see that. You're a very big empath. So you need to really protect yourself, not just because people are sending you negative energy, or I would say like negative witchcraft, but also because you are a very powerful empath. And if you don't protect yourself, you're really going to be very negatively affected by what's going on in the universe right now. There's a lot of different energies going on in the universe at this moment. And I feel like you're feeling the universe's turmoil. You're feeling the universe's turmoil. I wanted to say trauma, but it came out as turmoil. You are feeling the trauma that's going on right now in the universe. So you might be feeling a little bit like, what the heck is going on? What is going on with me? This isn't me. What's happening to me? Like, why am I going through this like depression? Why am I going through like these mood swings? You are feeling the battle between good and evil right now in your body, because you are an extreme empath. So the water chalice here is reminding me very much of a very powerful empath. But remember, as the water gets deeper, it gets darker, right? So notice how the deeper the water becomes, the darker it is to see to the bottom. This water chalice is kind of saying like, you're also a lot deeper than you realize. You have a lot of depth. You might have been misunderstood because you've always been super deep, even emotionally deep, even when you were a teenager, even when you were a child. And people are like, why are you so serious? Like, it's not that serious. And then now it's like you were pre-anticipating what was going to be happening to the collective. Especially if like you were a kid in the 80s and the 90s, like you might have had like a really great childhood, or you might have not had a great childhood. You might have had an okay or a good childhood, but you always pre-anticipated this shift that was going to be happening in the collective in this time. And finally, that chalice is overflowing. You have very intense and very deep feelings. Very sensitive feelings, and that's not a bad thing. I think that you came here, I see some ice behind the chalice, and I feel like you came here to defrost the other people that are around you through you living through such a deep experience. I also am getting that during the winter time, you really need to let yourself relax. Okay, I know we're going into spring. The spring for empaths, spring through fall is really, really great because you're more in this energized energy of the universe. Usually from like December to March, it's harsher for you through mid-March, because that is the winter time. That is the time that you kind of go under in the underworld energetically, and the universe is also feeling that wintry energy. And even if you're in a part of the world where it's not necessary, you kind of are forced to go with the seasons of where you are living. Okay, you got Jupiter. So a time of growth and expansion is definitely coming for you. Jupiter this is a major time of growth and expansion. So Marta La Dominadora wants to remind you that like you came here to grow. You came here to expand as a soul. So don't be afraid of the depth of emotion. Just learn how to protect yourself and learn how to shield yourself from other people's emotions overwhelming you. I also see here like many of you may also have a dragon spirit that walks with you, and I feel like it's time for you to tame that dragon spirit. You also have the Virgo card here, which definitely tells me that you are meant to be of service to others from a place of integrity and reverence. So I feel like there are a lot of angels around you watching out for you, even if you don't feel like it sometimes, but there are. With the 11th house here in reverse, it's telling me that you are lacking friendships. You're lacking like-minded people. You may want to get involved in some hobbies that are for people who are like-minded, and also people who are involved in humanitarian work, because like charities, things like that, because it's part of you. It's part of your contract, your soul contract, is to help others through humanitarian work, and you're going to be making friends through that. Okay, Marta La Dominadora suggested that you work with the ruby, okay, to increase abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, and light of the soul. So the ruby is really powerful for increasing abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, and lighting of the soul. So Marta La Dominadora is asking for you to work with that, because I asked for every pile what crystals she would recommend for that pile. She's also suggesting onyx. Onyx is great for seeing the future, responsibility, maintaining your stamina through your responsibilities, and self-mastery, especially if you have a lot of issues with procrastination. She's also suggesting golden or gold sheen obsidian for personal power, spiritual manifestation, earth healing, and new experiences. Okay. Last but not least, let's look at the spider here. The spider card upside down, I want to read it from the book for you, because the spider to me represents magic, and also represents like creating, a spider's web can be its home, but can also be its destruction. Like, you can either weave the spider in your favor, weave the web in your favor, or weave it against yourself. So when the spider is an ancient symbol of power, mystery, and growth. Much of what the spider has to tell us is in the construction of its web. The spider weaves an intricate web that serves as its home, the way it gets food to feed itself, and a place of growth for its eggs. For the industrious spider, it is all about survival. When the spider appears to us in a reading, it is a message reminding us to be mindful of the choices we are making. Again, like, you can either make the web that supports you or make the web that traps you. If you have been recently pondering a decision or are unsure of what direction to head in, the spider tells you tells you that whatever course you take, it is about weaving your own reality. Create your own web as you desire it to be. Spiders are resilient creatures. If their web gets blown away or knocked down, They simply build another. Carry on, and you should do the same. And here also, they are also recommending another crystal called chiastolite, chiastolite. And this is characterized by an X-shaped pattern that evokes the image of a spider's web. It is the stone of connection, and it helps you weave together everything you need for health, wealth, and happiness. Use it to reinforce healthy decision-making skills and to help everything fall into place. Okay? For me, the pentagram, you also got the pentagram upside down. For me, so the spider being upside down tells me that you're weaving webs in your mind that are kind of turning against you. So you need to be careful with the decisions and the thoughts that you have. The pentagram upside down for me represents someone possibly hexing you or sending you negative energy. So I'm going to just read what it is in here. The pentagram is an ancient symbol, and to many it is a symbol of faith and protection. The inward point of the star is represented of the spirit. The outer 4 points all represent the element of earth, air, fire, water. All these things contribute to life and are part of each of us. Earth represents stability and physical endurance. Fire depicts courage and daring. Water represents emotion and intuition. Air relates to intelligence and the arts. And spirit represents the deity, the divine, and all that is. The star is encircled by a wheel, representing the continual flow of life and energy. So in this case, because the pentagram is upside down, for me, it tells me that you are maybe placing the physical world above the world of spirit. And because of that, you're getting stuck in the underworld. You're easily accessible by negative energy, whether someone is sending you a hex or whether you are hexing yourself. When it's upside down for me, it tells me that you definitely need to be careful and protect yourself, okay? And protect yourself from that negative energy, even from your own negative energy. This is the pentagram. When it's right side up, reminds us that it is mind and spirit over matter. So what you have in your mind, what you have in your spirit is more important than the physical possessions. One of the things that this book is recommending for transmutation of energy, which is something that I use a lot, is the use of the pentagram right side up this way, and also the use of smoky quartz. Okay. Last but not least, you got besom. Besom is basically the broom. So the broom has spiritual significance throughout every single magical culture. It has spiritual significance in European witchcraft, in Caribbean spirituality, in African spirituality. Basically, the broom is a cleanser. The broom cleanses your energy. So the broom here is very much making me feel that you are being told to cleanse your space. Yep. When you draw this card, it indicates that it is time to make a clean slate of everything. It's time to clean the house, and now it's time to discard what's useless, whether it is a person or thing, and remove the negativity that has been surrounding you lately. It needs to be swept away and the positive swept back into your life. Highly suggestive stone to work with for when you while you're working with the broom energy is black kyanite. Okay? Black kyanite is recommended for you as you work with the broom to cleanse your space. All right, let's go ahead and see what she wants to tell us through the tarot. What message do you have for pile number 1? Tarot. Three of Coins, Page of Swords, Three of Cups. Okay. You need to get your mind under control. You need to remember that whatever's in the mind is in your mind, okay? That doesn't mean that it's not real, but you make it real by bringing it into the physical reality, into your physical world, okay? This also tells me that there's a spirit looking out for a lot of you in the astral realm, telling you like you need to protect yourself before you go to sleep. Protect your mind, protect your energy. Here, you need to be collaborating with like-minded people, okay? So that came up already before. Three of celebration, you need to be spending more time with friends. Three of cups, I said three of celebrations. Three of cups, you need to be spending more time with friends, more time with people, maybe more time with magical and spiritual people right now that are on the same vibration or higher vibration than you. Also, Spirit is saying you need to stop worrying at night. You need to put down the burdens at night because it is negatively affecting your health. It is negatively affecting your health, and you're attracting emotionally all this energy by letting your thoughts wander so much. This is also telling me that you need to protect yourself from psychic attacks, because it looks to me like it's possible that you might have people that don't really like you that much sending you negative thoughts at night, or people who are thinking about you at night and sending you negative thoughts, and because you're just such an empath, you are feeling it. It's actually really hard to be an empath, because even when you're not in the same room with someone, if you are a powerful enough empath, you could just think about the person and have all of their energy kind of attack you. So you have to be careful there. Aside from all of that, needing to protect yourself from negative energy, making sure you're using your gifts to protect yourself. Aside from that, pile number one, I think that you really need to work on connecting more with your spirit guides, connecting more with your power, and allowing yourself to grow. Know that the hardships you're going through right now are all connected to the growth that Spirit is putting in your path. Interesting. I feel like there's some of you may have like a little bit of a banshee spirit. Banshee spirits are known for bringers of bad luck. So I would suggest cleansing your space. I would suggest clearing your energy, taking a spiritual bath. I usually don't like to bring these types of messages, but this is the message that you're getting. Take some spiritual baths. Clear your space, cleanse the energy in your space, cleanse your living room, your bedroom, whatever. Make sure you're putting up protection like black kyanite in each corner of your room or each corner of your home, just to ward off negative energy. You can also use cascarilla. You can get that at any botanica. Cascarilla, which is crushed egg shells, and you can put that in all the windows and doors with some salt to protect your energy. But right now, pile number one, what I'm getting is that your spiritual gifts are growing. Your spiritual gifts are growing, and they're becoming more sensitive to the universe. So you need to take the time for yourself, with yourself. You're becoming a very powerful, magical being, and that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing gift. You just have to learn how to harness it properly. Last but not least, Marta La Dominadora does want you to know that she and all of your spirit guides are looking out for you, okay? So you just need to take it easy. Be gentle with yourself. The things you desire are coming, is what she's saying. The things you desire are coming, but you need to focus on your health and removing and addressing your traumas and your shadows so that you can move on with your life, okay? Let's go ahead and clear the energy for pile number one. That's all I have for you, pile number one. If you want to book a reading with me, you can do so on highpriestessmay.com. Many blessings, and thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post. Thank you very much. That is the easiest way to support me and to let me know that you like these types of videos, is to hit the like button and to subscribe, so that way I can continue making these videos. All right, let's go ahead and do pile number two. But first, I need to take a sip of water. Okay, Marta La Dominadora, we are doing pile number two. You picked the carnelian stone. Carnelian stone. Pile number 2, carnelian. For me, carnelian represents passion and courage. It's also associated with the sacral chakra. King Arthur. Okay. So King Arthur was a very powerful king, and he was betrayed supposedly by his one of his best knights, Lancelot and Guinevere. His kingdom was supposed to be a kingdom of love. It's funny because the King Arthur in this card kind of reminds me of Jesus. So if some of you might come from a very religious background and you're trying to find your footing in the spiritual world because maybe you feel betrayed. Some of you may be feeling betrayed. There might be like a love triangle that has been going on, or you might have experienced maybe your significant other being unfaithful. This is not going to apply to everybody, but however this resonates for you, there's some sort of betrayal that you're trying to get over. And Marta La Dominadora is saying you really need to do prayer. You really need to pray to heal this energy and to remove this energy from your space, okay? Now, that's a harsh one. It's a hard one. You might want to light a purple candle and do some prayers for yourself, for the forgiveness of others, but also for the healing of the self. You have the third house upside down, which is the house of relations, childhood communication. You also have Pluto upside down. So we're going to talk about that. You received the stone from Marta La Dominadora, shungite, to work with, golden topaz, green aventurine. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Now, green aventurine came up upside down, which basically tells me that your luck is messed up right now, so you need to work with green aventurine for that. You also got the witch's hat upside down and the silver box upside down. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. And then we'll use the tarot to expand. The King Arthur here, like I said, is reminding me of King Arthur's story of how he created a kingdom that was supposed to be a kingdom of trust, a kingdom of love, a kingdom of equality. And he had the Knights of the Round Table. But just like Jesus, right, the story of Jesus, he was betrayed by his most trusted disciple or his most trusted knight in this case. So Lancelot fell in love with Guinevere, who was King Arthur's lover, and he betrayed King Arthur, right? And so did Guinevere, actually, which was, I'm imagining, would be hard when your best friend and your wife cheat on you with each other. So some of you may be experiencing that type of betrayal in your life, and Marta La Dominadora is telling you, like, not to let it tear you down, not to let it tear you apart. You are so much more worthy than those people could even imagine. And it's because they saw that you weren't seeing your worth. They thought they were going to be able to get away with it. But Spirit wants you to know that if you are going through that experience, Marta La Dominadora wants you to know that she's going to kind of bring that karma, okay? She's going to make sure that karma is righted, but she wants you to focus on healing. You need to do more prayers to allow yourself to release that energy and to ask the mysteries for help with this situation. Now, this applies even if you've been through any kind of betrayal. If you have been trying to build an empire and you have had betrayals from either friends or family members, she wants you to know that those people were taken out of your life before you got everything that you were supposed to receive. I feel like you were supposed to receive so much wealth and transformation that Spirit wanted you to see the true nature of these people, so that they wouldn't be able to manipulate you and take advantage of you, and to take advantage of what you've worked so hard for. Because every time Spirit takes out somebody from our lives, they're going to replace them with somebody better, okay? Or with a better situation. Third house, early childhood relationships. I also feel like for a lot of you, childhood relationships are really hitting you hard right now. You may need to work with your inner child to heal some childhood trauma. But also some of you, it's just about improving your communication with others. You need to really improve your communication with others. Really communicate what you desire. Know what you can't hold anyone to an expectation that you never agreed to, that they never agreed to, and no one can hold you to an expectation that you never agreed to. So if people are holding you up to expectations that you never agreed to, and you're holding other people up to expectations that you never agreed to, everyone's always going to be disappointed. That's why it's better to just not set any expectations with anyone, and just like allow each other to do whatever you want, or set expectations with each other, so that way you each know what your boundaries are and where your boundaries are, and what you agree to and don't agree to, and so that way you're also able to know whether you're romantically compatible or just relationship compatible. It could be a friend, it could be a romantic lover, it could be a family member. I mean, you need to just make sure that you are compatible by having those communications, having those conversations. You also have Pluto, transformation. I feel like you're resisting. This came up upside down, so this tells me that you're resisting some sort of change. You're resisting a transformation. You're resisting changing into who you're meant to be. It's kind of like a caterpillar that refuses to grow into a butterfly, and that is just a natural course. Like, I'm hearing, stop trying to be who you used to be. Allow yourself to become the new person that you're supposed to become. Like, you're not supposed to stay the same. It's okay to transform. It's okay to change. It's okay to become the new person. Give yourself permission to become that new person. She's recommending that you work with shungite for protection from modern illnesses, grounding, everyday healing, and purification. Shungite is great also, I believe, for keeping away EMFs or like electronic radiation. Golden topaz, to increase your faith, your wise action, your perseverance, and your confidence, because I feel like this betrayal energy that you were dealing with, it really hurt your confidence. This could also be like if your audience betrayed you. Like, let's say you were a really great content creator. You were always creating things for your audience. And then all of a sudden you said something that your audience didn't like, and they all turned on you. And they betrayed you. They betrayed what you thought you had with them. And the golden topaz is to kind of regain your confidence. Green aventurine. She's recommending green aventurine for luck, prosperity, new opportunities, and heart healing. Green aventurine is amazing for prosperity, opportunity, and for heart healing. I've used it myself for those purposes, so I highly, highly suggest that you do that. The fact that this came out upside down tells me that your luck and prosperity are blocked by your heart chakra. So your heart chakra, it probably has a huge blockage in it, and you may need to go to some Reiki healer, or I recently was told by a Chinese friend that it's actually Reiki, not Reiki, but I'm still learning that. That change is in pronunciation. But your Reiki healing needs to be done on your heart chakra. Energy healing needs to be done on your heart chakra. This could be done with the help of green aventurine. This could be done by putting the green aventurine on your heart chakra while you meditate. This can be done by holding the green aventurine in your left hand while you journal about what your shadow self or your inner child needs you to know, and what your inner child or shadow self or subconscious mind needs you to heal. I highly recommend it. You have the witch's hat upside down, which tells me that you are a very magical being. You have the ability to manifest. You are a witch, whereas pile number 1 was empaths. Pile number 2, this is for witches. This is for those of you who actually have like witchcraft ability, the ability to manipulate energy. Empaths have the ability to feel energy and manipulate it in a different way. Witches have the ability to manipulate negative and positive energy. I feel like you need to spend more time under the full moon. You also need to protect your head. I'm hearing she's saying if when you're doing works, you need to protect your head. When you're doing any kind of like magical working, or if you're just manifesting something, you need to be protecting your head, covering your head for your protection. Maybe covering your head around certain people as well. Let me see if there's anything else that the witch's hat has to add here. The witch's hat, pointy hat, like the sorcerer's hat, was created as a pyramid, a shape that is known to raise energy frequencies. It is said that the witch's hat has the power to increase intelligence, which is why, as a dunce cap, it came to be worn by people who were judged as lacking in the brain department. The big circle brim symbolizes the magic circle, and the tall pointy part represents the cone of power. The witch's hat is traditionally black, symbolic of the crone goddess, the dark half of the year, and the occult mysteries. So also, if you're trying to increase your magical abilities, you might want to start wearing like a witch's hat. You can also start working with amethyst as well. This card indicates that at this time your senses are heightened. Now, this, you might, because of that heart chakra blockage, you might be feeling like you're not feeling your magic at all right now. That's what I'm getting from Marta La Dominadora. Like, although the card is saying your senses are heightened, but it came out upside down. So she's telling me that that is to let you know that your senses are dimmed right now. They're more like numbed because you're not dealing with whatever heart chakra healing you need to deal with. You need to recognize and be truthful of your feelings. So work with amethyst to help you, give you more psychic insight and to open your crown chakra so that you are able to receive the energy to clear your heart chakra as well. The silver box is coming up for you here, upside down. This is also talking about some of you need to learn to compartmentalize, separate like people from people, not stop projecting, you know, what one person did to you onto another person. Some of you, however, need to protect yourselves by putting certain thoughts in like a silver box in your mind and shutting those thoughts out of your mind. So that's what I'm getting there. Let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say. All right, Marta La Dominadora, what message do you have for the tarot for pile number 2? Four of Coins, the Knight of Wands. I feel like for you, pile number 2, also the more you give, the more you receive back. And when you stop giving, you stop receiving. So you need to really pay attention to your emotions. Okay. First tarot card you have, it's the Four of Coins, which is making me feel like you're really strapped for cash right now. Like you're really struggling maybe financially. And right underneath that is the Green Aventurine. So Spirit is saying work with Green Aventurine to help you release those money blockages. But also the coin is on top of your head. And I feel like the coin is on top of your head here, representing that your mindset also needs to change. Your mindset about money. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs about money. I posted a few days ago. I mean, this message is timeless, so it might not be a few days ago when you see this message, but I posted a book in my stories on my Instagram called How Rich People Think, and it was a book that Saint Expedite recommended to me. One of the mysteries recommended to me, and it helped me overcome some mindset issues about money. I would highly suggest that for you, pile number 2. Spirit is also saying stop traveling towards the past. You keep going towards the past, you keep taking action, going back to the things that work rather than trying something new, trying some new things, some new skills. Maybe you need to apply to your new job. Maybe you need to start putting money into your business, right? So like maybe you need to, if you have a business, you need to start paying for advertisement instead of just always doing organic or advertisement. Or this can mean you need to start putting your energy, taking some risks, putting your energy towards a new job that would be better for you. There's a lot of internal conflict here that is blocking you, emotional conflict, which is what's blocking you financially. In this case, so you need to do some prayers. Some prayers for removing blockages. Six of Wands is coming up here, telling me that you will receive recognition. Now this reminds me of Palm Sunday. So because during Palm Sunday, there was a story of Jesus riding in, I think on a camel or a horse. I think it was a camel. And they were waving the palms for him, you know, celebrating him. And then a week later, he was crucified. But this reminds me of Palm Sunday. And it's about you receiving recognition. Some people might not be too happy with the recognition you're receiving, but it doesn't matter because your spirit guides are protecting you. Some of you may have a relationship with the Amaya, and you need to take a trip to the ocean and really allow her to help you sort out your feelings, cleanse the negative energy. And then you have Seven of Coins. Seven of Coins is all about, is the juice worth the squeeze? You're wondering to yourself, like, is all this hard work gonna be worth it? And Spirit is telling me yes, because you're meant to become a teacher. You're meant to become a teacher, a guide for other people on how to do and how to overcome the things you have overcome. So you might become a therapist, you might become a spiritual guide, you might become a business guide, you might become a mentor for other people at your job. This is about you being forced to take risks and go up the ladder at work or go up the ladder in society by having your own business and growing your own business successfully. This is all about you taking your power back from this betrayal. This betrayal that you experienced made you give your power away because you're putting so much energy into the betrayal. And in this case, Marta La Dominadora is telling you, pile number 2, you need to take your power back. Take your power back. The power is there. You just need to call it back to you. You need to say, I call back my power. I'm no longer going to give energy to this betrayal, to these people. They're not worth my time. I'm going to journal it out. I'm going to talk it out, and then I'm going to move on. And I'm not going to give this energy anymore. I'm going to become a master of my mind. And through becoming a master of your mind, and your heart, you'll be able to open your heart again and be able to succeed financially. Okay? Because if you think every single person is going to betray you, you're never going to succeed. If you never, take chances in love or in money because you think that it's going to go bad every time, every opportunity is a new chance to start fresh. So just because you had a bad experience in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Whether that's in love, in business, in career, in your health, none of that. If just because you had one or a few negative experiences doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen every single time. So you need to work on allowing yourself to let go of those things. Know that Marta La Dominadora is with you. Allow yourself to let go and heal so that you can receive abundantly. Receive abundantly what you are meant to receive. And know that you have to let other people go through their karma. You can't take on other people's karma, dharma, whatever. You have to let other people deal with the consequences of their own actions and know your own worth. You are worth so much more than what you're giving yourself credit for. You just need to take your power back. All right. Thank you, pile number 2. If you want to book a reading with me, that's all that I have for you today. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so on my link in the description. The easiest way for you to support me is to like this video, leave a comment below letting me know if it resonated for you, and hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. That is the easiest and freest way that you can support me and support my channel and support my mysteries, so that we can continue bringing messages to you. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, pile number 2. Many blessings. Remember, take your power back. It's within you. All right. Let's go ahead and clear the energy of pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Pile number 3. All right, this is for pile number 3, the amethyst. I'm sorry, not the amethyst. The lapis lazuli. See? This is for pile number 2, lapis lazuli. Can't really see it. It's kind of getting dark. But lapis lazuli, this is you. All right. Path. I feel like this is really pile number 3. I feel like right away this is related to love for you. You got the path card. You got decision. You got the earth chalice. You got sextile upside down. You got the sun. You got structure. You got the 10th house upside, right side up. 10th house is really the house of life purpose. Like, what are you supposed to do here? What are you supposed to be known for? You also got blue topaz upside down. You got the fire sign. You got selenite. You got witch's bottle upside down. You got the chalice upside down, and you got the Chinese dragon. So I'll show you each one of these as we do the reading. Let's start with the path. Here, I'm getting that you are trying to decide, pile number 3, what the right path is romantically with someone. And what's going on with your romantic path. Some of you may also be trying to figure out, what is your path? What are you here to do? What is your soul's purpose? I'm getting that you have a lot of things that you're meant to do here, but you really need to discipline yourself and focus. I feel like you're here as a psychic, or you're here as someone who's meant to use their intuitive psychic abilities, pile number 3. Which is different from an empath, which is different from a witch, which is different from a priestess. You're here to be a psychic. But you need to make a decision as to how you're going to use your psychic abilities and what are you going to do with that. I feel like you also need to make a decision regarding a love relationship. The earth chalice makes me feel like you need to connect more with nature. Connecting with nature helps you see things more clearly. You also have sextile upside down. And I feel like your potential and a rewarding situation is being delayed because you haven't made a decision as to how you want to use your intuitive gifts. You got the sun card here telling you that you need to self-express and embody your truth. And you have the 10th house, which is saying you need structure, discipline. You need to focus on your life mission and focus on your accomplishments and career. So I feel like your relationship really needs to be balanced. Your relationship between personal life and work needs to really have more balance. I feel like You either go way too deep into your career and forget about your relationships, or you go way too deep into your relationship and completely forget about your career and your life mission. And Spirit is saying like you need to have more balance. You have to balance this out more, because you have a life mission, yes, but you also, you have, and you want love, and you want this relationship, and you're meant to be in this relationship, yes, but you also have to make sure you're doing what you came here to do. Marta La Dominadora is saying also you need to work with blue topaz, because you need to ask blue topaz to help you find a spiritual ally. Someone who has higher wisdom than you, who can teach it to you. And also blue topaz will bring you abundance and teach you forgiveness of others. The fire element is coming up here. And I'm getting from this card, Marta La Dominadora is trying to tell you that doing some traveling is going to spark your passion again, both in your relationship as well as for your career. So it would be highly beneficial for you to go do some traveling. The fire element also reminds us to have courage, to have passion. One quote that I read recently that really, really stuck with me was, the biggest risk you can take is to do nothing. That is the riskiest thing you could do. Because if you don't do anything, if you don't take risks, if you play it safe, you're risking your highest potential not being met. So Marta La Dominadora is telling you here, like, you have it in you. Maybe you need to do some traveling to spark that magic, but you have it in you. She's also asking you to work with selenite to increase your psychic insight, your blessings, to attract faithful people in your life, whether in love or in business, and also to have deep connections with your higher self. Okay, you got the witch's bottle here, upside down. And the witch's bottle is kind of saying, like, you don't necessarily need to protect yourself from other people. You need to protect yourself from yourself sometimes. But also, at the same time, you do need to set up some sort of general protection for all enemies, known and unknown. So that, any coworker that is trying to get your job, or any coworker that doesn't like you, or any person that is mad at your relationship or whatever, doesn't negatively affect your relationship or your life. Also, I feel like if you raise your vibration, you'll be more, with using the blue topaz, you will be less affected by what other people are doing. I feel like you need to also express yourself, express your emotions with the chalice here. And the Chinese dragon is coming up, which that's interesting. I want to read that one for you. I don't feel like I really need to read the witch's bottle, but I feel like you're feeling threatened by, so the witch's bottle is saying, like, you might be feeling threatened by other people, but other people aren't really able to reach you. They're only able to attack you when your vibration is low, because you're worrying about things that you shouldn't really be worrying about. So as long as you don't give those people energy, they won't be able to affect you. So you are subconsciously seeking protection. Now your subconscious is seeking protection from something. So I'm not saying that you don't necessarily need protection, but your subconscious is really making you feel like, oh, let me rephrase this, because Marta La Dominadora is saying, like, yes, the threat is real, but it becomes more powerful when you give it energy, is what I'm trying to say. The threat is real, but it becomes more powerful, and it becomes more empowered by your fear, by your attention on it, by your fear. The best thing you can do is just set up a protection for yourself, set up a protection bottle for yourself, or if you don't know how to do that, talk to someone who does. I offer that as one of my works with spirit. I do protection bottles. Talk to somebody who knows how to do a protection spell and who knows how to do protection work if you don't know how to do it yourself, and then just let it be. You know you're protected. You don't know you don't have to worry about anything else, and then you can just focus on yourself, your relationship, your career, the things that you are really trying to focus on. Then you got the chalice, which is all you needing to express your emotions and really be honest with yourself about your emotions. The Chinese dragon. The dragon is a legendary creature typically depicted as a large and powerful serpent with magical or spiritual qualities. They are highly intelligent. Unlike European dragons, Chinese dragons are considered to be benevolent and symbolize potent and auspicious powers. They symbolically stand for power, wisdom, strength, and good luck. They have the power to bless and influence our lives. So another thing too that the Chinese dragon represents, that I've heard from some of my Asian friends, is that it also represents your ancestors. It represents an ancestral spirit that is protecting you, your benevolent ancestors. So lean on your benevolent ancestors, is what Spirit is saying here, to assist you and allow them to take up whatever energy is trying to harm you. Take some spiritual baths, do a protection jar, and then let it go. Move on. Work with blue topaz to bring abundance into your life. And green aventurine and jade. The stone jade is really, really powerful for financial prosperity. Chinese dragons are referred to as the divine creatures that bring with them abundance and prosperity and are the ultimate symbol of good fortune. But they are never handed but we are never handed these gifts on a silver platter. Like the diligent dragon that never gives up, you must work hard to overcome the many obstacles standing before you in order to achieve the success you desire. This dragon offers you all the tools you need to make that happen. Trust in him. Hold him close and draw the luck and goodness out of him. So, the Chinese dragon is also recommended the stone jade. The earliest depictions of dragons found in the world were carved in jade that date back to ancient China. Jade is the stone of good fortune, balance, harmony, and virtue. Empower a piece of jade to help you surmount any challenge that you face and inspire great peace in your life. All right, let's go ahead and see what the tarot message is for you. Again, I'm also still offering the tarot class, so if you are interested in the tarot course, you can find that in the description. Let's go ahead and see pile number 3. What message does Marta La Dominadora have with you through the tarot? Okay, focus on the future. You are meant to be a healer of the mind. You are meant to instruct others in what direction to go. So some of you have really powerful psychic abilities that you could also be using to be a psychologist as well, or astrologist. So Spirit is saying you have all of the tools at your disposal. You just need to use your abilities. You need to take it easy on yourself. You do need to protect yourself. Your subconscious mind is trying to tell you, like, hey, you need to protect yourself, because these cycles of like flow and tension are happening because there are some people that are seeing you succeed and are trying to block you. But once you protect yourself, you don't have to worry about it, pile number 3. You have the strength within you. You kind of have to treat your enemies with gentle pressure. Dominate those enemies. You are meant to be very prosperous, and this is something that you're meant to build over time. You're meant to have generational wealth. Balance is extremely important. Balance and restoring harmony within yourself, pile number 3, through spiritual baths, through meditation, through putting spiritual protections for yourself. It's really, really important. Honoring your benevolent ancestors so that they can bring you protection. I feel like I need to pull a few more cards for you. I see a starting fresh. You're gonna be starting fresh after Aries season, but you really need to use your magic for yourself. Expand your horizons. Do some traveling. Work on some gratitude as well. And be careful of the words that you speak, because your words cast spells, pile number 3. Yeah, so you're very confused also, pile number 3, about your love life, like where your love life is standing. I feel like an air sign might be the one for some of you. For some of you, it might be an earth sign that is the one. Some of you, it's a Libra. For some of you, it's an Aries. Let's see. It's a mature Aries energy. And yeah. So some of you, it's an air sign that you're supposed to be with. That's the one for you. Some of you is a earth sign who is more financially minded. Some of you, it's going to be a Libra. Libra is also an earth sign. I'm sorry, an air sign. Air sign. The Emperor is a fire sign. But yeah, so it's either the Aries, Libra. I said Leo. Might be a Leo. But I'm noticing more, pile number 3, like your one is going to be an air sign, a fire sign, or a earth sign, but I don't feel like you're meant to be with a water sign. All right, pile number 3, because you already are very watery, you need someone who's going to be more stable for you, pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, that's all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed your message from Marta La Dominadora. Know that you are powerful. You have extremely powerful psychic abilities, so use them, okay? Listen to your intuition. Listen to your vision. But be careful not to fall for, be careful not to let imbalance in your life, in your personal life, confuse you in your career, and vice versa. I feel like you need to keep those two separate. All right, pile number 3, thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so on highpriestessmay.com. You can also book a consultation there for any workings. I'll put that link in my description. I also will have the link in my description for the tarot course and for the Magical VIP group, if you want to join the Magical VIP group, where we talk about how to expand your spiritual and magical gifts. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video if this video helped you in any way, and leave me a comment below and let me know how the video resonated for you. Thank you so much for watching. Many blessings.